Thanks for joining us, everybody, for New Bern Now's podcast. It is December 19th, 2019. This is episode 132. Woo! And we are the Podsquad with Kathy Morrison, George Oliver, who's going to be here momentarily, Susan Moffat-Thomas, Wendy Card, and yours truly, Colleen Roberts. We are on location at New Bern Arts and Wellness Center on beautiful Broad Street in New Bern, and we are so excited to be here.
Woo! Yes. All right, we're connecting you with the community, and this is our third show already. Thank you for joining us on our journey to showcase the people, places, businesses, and nonprofits in New Bern and beyond.
And today's show is brought to you by New Bern Arts and Wellness Center, located at 919 Broad Street.
919 Broad Street.
I said 919.
You did.
She's picking on you. She's picking on you, Susan.
919.
It's 919
That's
Broad Street.
Sorry, that's my fault.
That's okay. 252-497-8926. Or check out their website at newberncenter.com. And if you're joining us on social media, let us know if you have any announcements or comments, because we'd love to hear them.
And actually, the phone number was 497-8928.
Did I say that right?
I said 8926.
Maybe I should wear glasses.
497-8928 at the New Bern Arts and Wellness Center.
And it's 919 Broad Street.
Where is it?
Has anyone dipped into eggnog today?
Seriously. We all had too much fun before we came here.
That's right.
So we are joined by Kate Nolan, who is the manager of New Bern Arts and Wellness Center. And it is so great to see you. Happy holidays.
Thanks, same to you.
So for people who have never passed down Broad Street and seen this place, do you want to use Kathy's microphone? What is New Bern Arts and Wellness Center?
It is a community space where we offer mostly educational opportunities for our ceramics studio. We also have artist booths that artists, entrepreneurs can rent and either work in or sell work out of. We have a yoga studio that's enclosed as a separate space. We have daily yoga classes there, along with weekly, monthly workshops, specialized. Sometimes it's a one-off, sometimes it's like a multi-day workshop. We offer kids programs intermittently. Throughout the year, we've done pottery and other kids' arts programs. And we have a couple partnerships with local nonprofits where we provide space and also instruction for specific populations.
You just have all kinds of stuff going on here.
Might be it.
What?
Oh, we have a gallery. We're currently the home of the African American Heritage and Cultural Center. So they rent a studio space, and they also are curating our gallery. So every 2 months they put a new artist's work up there, and then we have a ceramic sale gallery as well for pottery that's made here.
So if you're an artist just getting started or one that's already established, I mean, you could come here and get a space.
Yeah, you can have a space to work in. They're co-working environments, so they're divided by half walls. And that works out especially well for the ceramic studio, because a lot of the artists really thrive off of just being in community and learning from each other and picking each other's brains and getting inspired. So yeah, we have studio spaces in the front for more 2D artists, and then we have pottery spaces in the back, along with just the main studio where we hold our classes.
Now, I understand quite a bit of work had to be done to the building, right, before you could move in here and make it something. What did this used to be?
It was a grocery store.
No, it was the dollar store.
Yeah, it was a dollar store. It was an A&P originally, and then a Piggly Wiggly, and then a dollar store more. I think that was the most recent iteration before Robin and Alex bought the building. And they fairly well gutted it when they bought it, and very bare bones startup. Most of the walls have been built just in the last 2 years. 2.5 years, as we've kind of divided up the space to make areas more functional for different things. But it's a balancing act of trying to have the space be really adaptable, but also functional for the different purposes that it's serving.
And we're across from Crema Brew, which I just feel like this intersection is completely different than what it was several years ago.
Yes, this whole area is beginning to transition. It's really wonderful.
We have SL Revival Company across the street, so if you're trying to get your bearings in New Bern, we are right at the Broad Street and Queen Street intersection. And so what are the hours? You say you have programming for all ages, so is there some availability in the evenings after people get off work, or?
Yeah, our desk hours are limited in terms of administrative things, so we're open every day from 10 to 2 from the Monday through Saturday, 10 to 2 to the public. So if you're coming in and you just want to check out the space, maybe shop in the gallery, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 2. But we have classes all day. We have early morning yoga classes, evening yoga classes. Our pottery classes are mainly 10 to 12:30, and then we have evening hours, 5:30 to 8. Those classes run in 2-month blocks. But when you're in a pottery class, you get access to Open Studio. So you have your class once a week, but you also have a really large amount of time that you can come in and just use the facilities, which when you're learning a craft like pottery, it's a huge asset to be able to have access to that space. And we employ volunteers in the pottery studio to offer extended hours beyond what we have desk hours too. So we have some evening times as well.
Okay, I know that you have a number of kilns, and the work in that pottery room it's a busy place, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have 2 kilns, and we have a studio tech, Sally. She teaches a lot of our classes, and she also mainly manages the kiln. I pick up the slack sometimes when we're trying to get things cycled through, but it is a community space, and we do have artists that outgrow that community setting. We can't give you a firing schedule. Our goal is to provide an exploratory experimental space for new potters, and a kind of growing space for people that maybe might consider becoming more of a production potter. But the priority is really to get as many people exposed to the process as possible.
How would I find out about all the classes that you offer here?
We have everything up on our website. All registration can be done through newberncenter.com.
Newberncenter.com.
Yeah. But we put everything up on our Facebook as well. We are posting on Facebook and Instagram regularly, and if you go to the website, you can sign up to be on our email list, and every time we add a new program, we send out an email about that program. So there's lots of ways to get a sense for what's going on. You can always send us an email. It's info@newberncenter.com. We can answer specific questions. There's a contact form on the website as well.
You were so collaborative here, so I'm guessing there are openings for other types and styles of art, right? I mean, you kind of come one, come all, right?
Yeah, we try just to be flexible to the needs of what the community is asking for. It was considered to operate the space as a nonprofit from the beginning, and we chose not to go in that direction, and I think that it has been it's given the space a lot of freedom to just follow the needs of the people that show up, and not be beholden to grants or a lot of the cumbersome aspects of being a nonprofit. So the space has really changed and evolved through the last 4.5 years, and we're always open to other people coming in that want to utilize the space or provide programming for other people.
Well, I think by diversifying with yoga and the floral shop, and it really has broadened the use. And also, it seems to me that is really another way to really attract traffic to look at all the beautiful things that are being made.
Yeah, I think the vision of Alice and Robin, who started this space, were to create thoroughfares between wellness and the arts, and they could see as a couple, one of them being more into yoga and one of them being more into the arts, the overlap between the two. And so having a space where you can really go from one to the other, and maybe you're more of a wellness person, but then we have people all the time that say, oh, I'm going to try this pottery class, or our potters are starting to take the yoga classes to support, art making can be pretty physically demanding, so, get in there for your gentle yoga class. It's all.
And work off all those calories that we tend to run into over the holidays.
And I'd just like to give a shout out to my friend Heather Nodo, because I know she's a
Yes!
instructor
Love
here. But she's
Heather.
also a contributing writer for New Bern Now. Thank you, Heather.
So, Kate, what's your favorite thing offered here at New Bern Arts and Wellness? What do you like the most? Or maybe a few things that you like the most.
We have really quality yoga instructors and wellness instructors, and I think being able to offer specific workshops, in whether it's for a specific population like chair yoga or a specific style of yoga like yin yoga, I really like supporting those teachers to provide those specific offerings so that more people can access that sort of thing. I think the ability for us to have a pottery studio where we can provide almost unfettered access to those people learning the craft is really unique. We offer unlimited firing and glazing for the time that they're in the class, and you don't see that a lot of places, and it really allows people to dive deep and get the most out of it. So and they all, just naturally form their little clay clubs, and I'm sure we'll talk about the Holiday Village, but that was a completely organic manifestation of this group of people that are just here using the space because it's available to them.
But I think with the accounts, I would think this is the only place in town, I know people privately have them, but to have the opportunity to actually have your work fired and all. I don't know of any other place, perhaps Parks and Recreation, but I think that's with the class or something. In the community college, but you have to be taking a credit class in order to use their facility.
And you only have access during your class time.
Right.
And then we offer the ability after you take a class, you can pay a monthly fee to just continue with Open Studio access. So we have people that bounce back and forth between class or just doing Open Studio, or they take a few classes and then just do Open Studio after that.
How many people do you think have or are taking advantage of all that you have to offer here?
We have about 1,300 people on our mailing list, so that means that they have all been in some class. I think in the 4.5 years we've been open, Alex just ran the numbers, there's been 15,000 contact sessions between students and teachers.
Yeah.
Great.
Fantastic.
Absolutely great. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kate, for giving us an education on New Bern Arts and Wellness. Right here at Broad and Queen Street, across from Crema Brew. You could do your yoga class and, go get some refreshing.
People do that.
I'm sure they.
Yeah. And stay tuned as towards the end of the hour, we're going to be talking about artists and different members of your studio are going to be.
And we're gonna talk more about the village too,
The
right?
village is outstanding.
Thank you so much, Kate. We'll
Yes,
see
thank you, Kate.
you again very soon. So, other than arts and wellness, what's going on?
Well, I can tell you I've been working on a project that I'm excited about. It's called the Fubo Peace Memorial Park. It's in Shiroshi, Japan, and it's an outstanding World Peace Park. And I'm doing a presentation, several presentations to different groups, and it's an incredible story about villagers who are doing World War II. The humanity they extended to 34 crewmen who were killed in a plane crash after a raid on Tokyo. And it speaks so incredibly well about brotherhood, humanity, and all. At a time when you think with the war, people would have been filled with hatred, for people invading their country. Anyway, this went on for these 34 crewmen have been honored and memorialized over 70 years by the Japanese, and it's the most fantastic story. And the Fuga Peace Memorial Park, 60 acres,
Wow.
7 years after, dedicated to these servicemen. Anyway, it's a story that I just feel compelled to share, and so I've been putting that together, and I'll be making presentations to a number of groups, and tonight the DAR, so that's what I've been up to.
You've been busy.
Yes, I have.
You're always up to some kind of research or wonderful
Yeah.
writing.
Well, this is an incredible story. It just has to be told. Yeah. It's sort of like the downtown effort. You know, it's just too good to keep to yourself.
You're going to be our new Bern storyteller. That's what our title needs to be for New Bern Now, right?
Yeah.
A little label down at the bottom of the screen, yeah.
Kathy, are you happy that gingerbread is done? That was
Gingerbread
pretty
is
tough.
wrapping up. We really are happy with the results. We had 34 gingerbread creations, not all houses, but neat stuff in 20 of the downtown merchants. So you have till tomorrow to be able to take a gingerbread walk and see all of them. Tomorrow they come down. But just really very pleased with the support from the sponsors, great sponsors, good turnout at the awards at the O'Marks building. I'm very pleased with the whole project.
Now, why are they being removed? Is that
So people can have them for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
You know, if Johnny made a gingerbread house and maybe Mom wants it on the dinner table for Christmas time.
Yeah. Well, it's a great project.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with the quality of the stuff. Some wonderful buildings, historic buildings, lots of historic efforts. We had a tie for the Nancy Childs Heritage Award. I just went.
Dawn.
Carol Moore did the Cutting Allen House, which was the yellow house that was the post office, with a tremendous detail. And Dawn Freeman did the old Clark's drugstore, and that was in the Oliver and Sheep building, and you could see it in the window there. And she did, the current face of the building is Oliver and Sheep, and another face of the building as it was as the old Clark's drugstore.
Yes.
And they were just dead tied for the Nancy Childs Heritage Award, so they both got it.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
they were just, as I say, some wonderful things. They're on our Facebook page. If you don't get a chance to go take a walk and do a gingerbread walk, take a look at the Historical Society Facebook page. There are pictures of all of them there.
I think the thing that is so neat is certainly with the adults participating, but I think that the children being inspired to make them too, and there were quite a few entries by children. weren't
We
there?
had a number I think of the 34, I want to say 13 or 14 were children, and the rest were adults, professionals, and families, a good number of families. But the children, not only made, Hansel and Gretel cottages, the children made Tryon Palace.
Yes,
Wow.
they did.
And the winner in the youth group made a Tryon Palace.
That is quite an undertaking.
So everybody is reaching for the historic aspect, which is a whole lot of fun. And it's fun to make one anyway and to play with all the candy and stuff. So we're pleased that had a good result. Getting really excited about Honor the Musical coming up.
Yes.
Opens January 23rd. You can find out all about it at honorthemusical.com. It's the story of the Spate-Stanley duel from 1802. It's written by Bill Hand, both book and lyrics by Bill Hand, and the music is by Simon Spalding. Some original music from Simon, and also some period music. They've been in rehearsal, doing a great job. It's going to be a super production. Great voices, great actors. And you can get your tickets and give them away for Christmas. You can put them in your Christmas stocking.
Makes a great Christmas
Yeah.
gift.
And I think the other part that is so important and people really need to be aware of is this production really gives John Wright Stanley the recognition he deserves. That so often, people have not been aware of how important this man has been to New Bern's history and our country in general. Signer of the
Well, Richard
Constitution.
Spade, signer of the Constitution.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's an important part of New Bern history. The palace has reenacted the duel each year, but Bill and Simon have taken this to another level. It's a full-blown musical. It's a great production, supported by a whole lot of sponsors. A whole lot of New Bern entities are behind this. It's just New Bern all rolled up into one, between the people, the writers, the supporters, the actors. So it's a good, support New Bern kind of thing.
And a
And take
history
care of a
lesson
Christmas
all at
present at the
once.
same time.
A great history lesson.
Absolutely.
What have you been up to, my dear?
My goodness, we are getting ready for the second annual bear drop. So I know everybody is probably
And no bears will be harmed in the drop.
No bears are being harmed in the process of this event. So I know everybody's thinking about Christmas, but I know a lot of folks have made plans to be downtown for the bear drop. So corner of Pollock and Craven Streets, just like we did last year. If you've been noticing, they've put up a lot of the lights at the intersection that are draped from the light poles. And Parks and Rec was working on, you'll see it if you go by there, the big black wooden base for the bear that the bear drops down onto. They have additional cables this year securing the bear. And one of the comments from last year was that we should put more lights on the bear. So this year, the bear is more lit up. And maybe that was the reason for the additional cables, more heavy lights on it. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so we're doing that again this year. This New Year's Eve block party, first of all, it is sponsored by Toyota of New Bern again. Thank you so much for doing that for us. There are many family-friendly activities there, so you can bring the kids. There's going to be dancing in the streets. There's going to be food trucks, all kinds of fun and games. There is a complete kids fun zone that you'll be able to take the little ones to. For the big kids, there's a beer garden that is hosted by the Bravo Alpha Foundation. And everybody's asking about what the music will be and who's going to be on stage this year. So the Jan Michael Fields Band takes the stage at 6 o'clock. Jan Michael Fields is kind of a regional touring act. He was the front man for Sidewinder for a long time and has shared the stage with top acts like 38 Special, Cheap Trick, Billy Squire, Taylor Dane, all kinds of folks. And then at 9 o'clock, we have Jukebox Revolver that's taking the stage, and they are out of Greensboro. So it's going to be a really fun time.
Filled with music.
Yeah, and another comment from last year, families were wondering, could we do some kind of bear drop before midnight because, I got to get my kids home,
the little guys.
but I want them to be able to enjoy the fun
And
as
there's some
well.
of us older folks too.
That wouldn't mind being home a little earlier also. Well, then you need to come to the bear cub drop, and that's going to be at 9 o'clock. So
Give that some thought.
all kinds of fun for the big kids and the little kids. So we're working on finalizing the bear drop, which is going to be a lot of fun this year, and we're going to march right into 2020, aren't we? Whether we like it or not.
Another decade. Good heavens.
Can't believe it.
Last weekend, I had family from Wilmington and South Carolina, and we walked all over the downtown and through James Reed Lane and all. And it's so nice to show the town off to visitors, and it's so beautiful and decorated, and the Beer Plaza and the windows, and of course we went into the Pepsi store and all that sort of thing. But it's really a pleasure to be showing people, particularly at this time of year, because it's so incredibly beautiful. So, folks, if you haven't taken a stroll downtown, you really need to, because it's really puts you in the Christmas spirit.
We had some friends that came to see us several years ago, and they kept saying, New Bern has that whole Southern living thing down pat. And of course, we took that as a great compliment, one we're very proud of.
It should be.
Whatever your mind conjures up for Christmas, it's here. Santa, lights, stuff for kids, stuff for adults. Here we are.
That's right. I don't know if you've seen it, but the spider lily is back up
Yes.
downtown.
Yes.
Some of our public works crews, I believe, and some of our electric crews helped out as well getting that back up. The city took it down prior to the hurricane, and when we have storm events like that, we try to take it down because we certainly don't want it to be damaged. But Jim Congleton, who had a huge hand in that sculpture, posted on his Facebook page, and we shared it, that it's back up and looking beautiful again on this crisp December
Well, I
day.
coordinated that project for him. He gave the spider lily, he commissioned it from
Yes.
an artist out of California, and it was a gift, a 300th anniversary gift to our city, which was so generous of him. And it is beautiful, and I am glad it's back up too, because it's always a concern with that hurricane and that it would be damaged. So
And he has, of course, donated a lot of his personal artwork that he had commissioned out to Craven Community College. So if you're walking around the campus of the college looking at all that beautiful artwork, that is a lot of it courtesy of Jim Congleton as well.
yeah, he's been incredibly generous to this community, not only with artwork, but just contributions to major efforts. I mean, he's just a great guy. And again, our community's all the better for it.
We'll keep him, I guess,
Yes,
for a little while
yes,
longer.
Jim, we
right?
appreciate it very much. And we appreciate you.
So, do we want to check in on our social media minute, maybe? I'm sure Wendy probably has some folks who are watching on Facebook
Okay.
that we want to say hello to.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for watching. And I don't see any comments or questions. But I have a question for viewers. Have you been to the New Bern Arts and Wellness Center? Any thumbs up or comments? Do you have any announcements that you want to make? You can give a shout out for upcoming events.
Then you need to turn down your volume.
Anything?
So we don't hear
Anything?
it.
What is it? Fair. Bueller.
Bueller.
Anybody?
Did you have anybody on your, anybody watching or that
No, she
is
was
waving to us? We need to get
I am
folks to-
struggling with
I'm
this.
looking on New Bern Now's Facebook page.
So nobody has done anything yet, but I can hear us on your phone. So where's your
Colleen is helping us.
Oh, there you go. I got it.
There
You
you go.
did. What would I do without all these young people who can help things out?
So momentarily, I'm sure we'll have folks. I have a few
Oh,
folks
yes,
now
no.
that
It says Susan Moffat-Thomas is watching.
It's a good thing, too.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
some more folks up there. Well, you know, everybody is in kind of the, I think, holiday mode, and there's so many things on the calendar to be doing this time of year, and last minute shopping to be doing this
Everybody
time
has a
of
list,
year.
how to get this done.
Yeah, and I feel like, and it's a good problem to have, but I feel like we have been busier this holiday season than, say, 3 or 4 years ago. And I think that's a testament to there being more activities, more on the Very Merry Christmas calendar. So, like I said, it's a good problem to have, that there's so much going on in your community that you feel almost like a little frantic when
Yeah,
Christmas
do I
time
have
comes.
to go out again to a party? Can't I just stay home?
It's terrible to be
No.
so popular, isn't it?
I feel like every night I'm wrapping
That's
a
right.
gift for like the next day, you know, corporate party or something that I have to go to. So it's like, all right, who am I wrapping for tonight? I have no idea.
I'm a Grinch this year. I have not bought any shopping. But then again, I'm a day before shopper.
Well,
You'd
you will
like
have
to-
a lot of company.
Yes.
We were talking this morning about, with another lady about, I'm not the person who puts things off. You know, I mean, if I'm supposed to do it, I do it and let it go. And she said the same thing, and I said, remember the shoppers who were late in the Christmas of '89? I'm not sure if you
Yeah, it
were
was
there, Kathy,
great.
but
Oh, the snow.
it snowed, I don't know how many inches, and so many of those people who put buying gifts off till Christmas Eve were out of luck.
I only have one gift to buy, so, and that's for Finn. But,
Well, you can always cook him a hamburger, you know.
He'll be good.
I've been pretty swamped with all this all the new technology and trying to learn, and it's all coming together. It's pretty,
You've done an excellent job putting all this stuff together here and making it work. Here we are on the third time out and about. That's great.
Everything comes together here.
it does. It's
Perfect.
It's crazy, and we've already been contacted by 3 businesses to host the podcast. And I'm trying to figure out, not that we're doing this to monetize, but if there's somebody, a corporation out there that wants their name, attached to what we're doing, and possibly, sponsor the podcast, because this is a lot of time from pre-production, setup, production, especially being the only remote podcast in town. And we've been doing this since 2014, so it's not like we just started this and wanted money, so, but I'd like to hire someone to run this equipment, because I'm not technically savvy, so.
Well, you could have fooled us.
I was about to say the same thing. So.
We're just winging it, but it seems to work every time we do.
Well, on that same note, I have to ask you, Wendy, the listeners, and what are the numbers now? Because I know they're just staggering, the amount of people that go to New Bern Now and listen to the podcast and listen to the radio shows.
And the magazine and the
they're
social
from all over the
media.
country.
Yeah, well, we reach definitely, I can 100% say that we reach on a monthly basis at least 50,000 visitors, listeners. That's a very low number, but
I think it's an incredible number.
I do too.
But we continue to receive information every day about all the great stuff happening, not just downtown or 5 Points, but the greater New Bern area and surrounding towns. So our goal has remained the same, and I want to make sure that everyone knows that we are like a kind of a collaborative. You all have different things that you do in your life, and we come together, to promote our great town. I'm very thankful for you guys. So.
Say that phrase again.
Everything comes together here.
Yes.
But that 50,000 is not just Eastern North Carolina.
No.
They come
it's
from
everywhere.
all over the country, and some even from out of the country.
In Scotland,
Quite
in
amazing.
Japan.
And the folks you helped to move here from Wisconsin or wherever that was.
And
Yeah.
who knows how many others.
Have pickup will travel.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're just having fun. I really believe that if you have the capability, and not that I'm rich or anything, but if you have the capacity to do something that you love to do for a living, then it's the best. I love learning about it's awesome, so.
Well, Wendy, we all believe you are rich in spirit. So.
There you go. That's all I care about.
And just like we did on our remotes the last time, if you are listening and driving by New Bern Arts and Wellness Center, stop in and say hi.
Or
We'll
at
give you
least
the mic
honk
first.
as you go by.
Yeah, honk, come in, tell us about your business for a
And
couple
shop,
minutes, and
do your last minute shopping here.
Yes, definitely.
Yep, there's some
you could hit here and then go to the Historical Society and buy some tickets,
There
right?
you go. You get some tickets, you get some pottery. Go get a cup of coffee on the way.
Right.
Brew.
Good stuff. We've got lots of things going on here.
We do. Let's see. Let's take a look at New Bern Now's community calendar, the 19th through the 21st. If you are looking for a nice date or maybe family night, is A Christmas Carol starring none other than George Oliver.
Oliver is Scrooge.
And so that is tonight through Saturday. The show starts at 7:30, and then on Sunday it's at 2. It is at Temple Church. It is presented by the New Bern Civic Theater, but again, it's at Temple Church.
And that is a fundraiser that's strung together, and George Oliver's band, family band, and Oliver and Cheek are hosting for
the Civic Theater.
So his reach of
Yes, and with the Civic Theater, George is on that board and I am also. And he and his family are so generous in having these fundraisers because there are a lot of needs at the Civic Theater for maintaining the building and just making a lot of improvements and improving the bathroom situation and others. So, it's wonderful that they're so generous because it's for a good cause. And we hope everybody will go and really be very generous in contributing to this great
The Christmas
cause.
Carol is a collaboration between Temple Church and the New Bern Civic Theater.
Yes.
All right, also on the 20th, we have Jingle Bell Jam with Brian Mayer from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Santa House right there in Bear Plaza. You can jam out with Santa and Brian Mayer at the same time.
And also on the 21st, music by pianist Hans, I don't know if it'd be Wenner or Wenner, depending on the German or American pronunciation, and student Sophia, 1:30 p.m. at the Bank of the Arts, and that is presented by the Craven Arts Council and Gallery. So call 252-638-2577 if you have any questions.
And also on the 21st is the 12th annual Santa Paws on Parade at 8:30 in the morning. This is at the corner of Craven and South Front Street. So bring your favorite furry friends for the Santa Paws on Parade.
Okay, the 22nd, Centenary Forest Christmas Cantata. All right, at 3 o'clock at Centenary United Methodist Church, presented by the Trent River Chamber Orchestra.
We talked about the block party, but also on New Year's Eve, there's a celebration with music by the Bipolar Express. It starts at 8 o'clock. It's at Blackbeard's Triple Play Restaurant, 635-0322.
I love them. They're awesome.
Yes, they
Bipolar
are.
Express.
Yes.
All right.
And there's also on the 31st, the New Year's Eve celebration with music by the Joe Brown Band, 9:30 to 2 a.m. at the New Bern Karate and Fitness Center at 4111 Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard, and you can call 252-514-3189 for more information.
These are only some of the events happening in and around town, so visit newbernnow.com as we receive information and update the community calendar every day. There is so much going on, and Wendy keeps good track of it.
Yeah. Did you already mention the block party?
I did.
Okay, sorry.
When we were talking about what's everybody doing, when we were talking about getting ready for the bear
And
drop.
the bear has extra lights and extra cables.
That's right, extra cables, extra lights. So if you're looking for live music, make sure you check out the New Bern Music Calendar on Facebook because they keep great track of everything that's going on around here. And then, Wendy, you want us to move forward with this day tripping?
Yes.
We're ready.
All right, hit it, Kathy.
All right, on the 29th, Smoke on the Water annual bonfire with music by Robert McDuffie from 6 to 8 p.m. and that's at the Atlantic Beach Circle. This is a free event. Bring your own chair or blanket to sit and enjoy the fire. And for information, give them a call at 252-726-4456.
It just reminded me of when I was stationed in Scotland, and every New Year's Eve they would have, Homine, I think it's called. It's a 3-day celebration, and it was the theme mostly was about fires.
Bonfires and things?
People would walk, parade down the street, and then go to the location and have the biggest bonfire I've ever seen. It's like 20 feet flames. It was just incredible.
That's what we need.
Right.
So I haven't heard of anyone having big bonfires in the States, but I'll never forget. It was the best
We
thing
did it
ever.
in my hometown when I was growing up, but then all those seemed to fade away because of the danger, with open fire, because it'd be a massive thing. But it was really great fun.
Well, that's a good point. And, the biggest, let's see here. It is thought that the fire would ward off evil spirits, also known as burn the old year out.
Get rid of the old year.
Yes.
So we need a Scottish New Year.
Yes, we need to get
Sounds
Finn
like-
from Charles's, we'll borrow him from Charles Kendall's New Bern Live. have him share his technique with us.
Well, if things get loud on New Year's Eve, it just might be because of the cannon blast at Fort Macon. Friends of Fort Macon encourage visitors to celebrate the end of 2019. It's not a bonfire, but it is celebrating the beginning of 2020 with a blast. Fort Macon will once again be firing its big guns in celebration of the new year. There's a free concert featuring the Werewolves, and that starts at 6. The cannons will go off at 7, and bring a chair and a picnic meal. No alcohol is allowed.
And bring in the new year on January 1, 220 by taking a dip in the ocean. Wow. Not for the faint of heart.
Right.
And helping to raise money for a local charity. The Penguin Plunge proceeds from that event to support the Salvation Army of Carteret County. And this takes place at the Atlantic Beach Circle. Check out atlanticbeach-nc.com for all the details.
So at that same circle, you have smoke on the water the night before, and then you get to go jump in the ocean the next morning.
And have a heart attack.
Right. You can have a blast getting rid of 2019 with the cannons, and then you can take a dip in the ocean. I
I'm
think
sure that you can hear the cannons from Fort Macon all the way down there. I bet you could.
I bet you could. And I mean, everything bad of 2019 would have to be washed away after that. You listen to a cannon, then you took a dip in the ocean. Like, that's got to be good luck. Yeah, for the new year. So we're going to start talking to some of the artists, right?
Well, I think we should go to social media.
Oh,
minute
social
real
media.
quick.
So Laura Johnson,
Oh,
I
that's
see you up
cool.
there.
Laura's watching. Aha.
Looks
Keeping
good,
an eye on
sounding
things.
good. Love you all. We love you too, Laura, and we miss you. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, we'll be back at our feet soon. And thank you, Judy Stanley is watching. Well, we'll give first names. Skip, thank you for watching. And Colleen Roberts is watching.
There you go.
Roland, John, Michelle, and Bobby, our buddy Bobby. And y'all have any announcements you want us to make?
Oh, Sally is watching.
Sally
Raven
Ann
is
and
watching. Hello, hello. Thank
They're
you.
welcoming a new baby. Is it Sally Ann?
No.
Okay, well, I just, real quick announcement, we wish Sally Ann and Rich safe travels and Merry Christmas. And I don't know where George is, so.
Lorelei is watching. Melinda is watching.
Robert Hoff is watching. Keith Thompson. Nancy McDaniel Ward. John Warehouser. So, Merry Christmas to all of those folks.
Dolores says, did I win a prize now? No prize today. But Kathy did.
Come and get a cookie, yeah.
Kathy,
I know. Look at
Kathy
this
did
wonderful thing.
bake some homemade cookies here.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Colleen's got to
Kathy.
get into the samples.
There you go, samples. Everyone loves samples.
Yeah.
Do.
Okay. And thank you everyone for watching, and let's do some interviews. Are we ready?
I am ready.
Okay, we have people coming up behind you.
All right. Come on, come on.
Don't be shy.
I have a mic just here for you. There you go.
Actually, let's move the.
Someone can sit here.
Oh, okay. Over this way? Okay. Get up.
Sorry about that. Pardon us while we make some adjustments.
There we go.
Technical break here. I got it.
All right.
Okay.
Hello, Elvie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Glad you're joining us.
Tell us who we have here.
Yes.
I am Elfie Camia. I am a potter here, not one of the best. There are other ones that are way above me, but we're learning. I do hand building and on the wheel, hand building wheel for wellness. But as a participant in creating the village.
The village.
The village.
The village is wonderful.
Make sure the
Take a
microphone's
look
really
at
close to your
it.
mouth.
Okay.
We all had to get used to it too.
We started back in August with just an idea, like what if they're doing the gingerbread houses, maybe we should do something in ceramics. So we started and people started jumping on board and expanded. And there we have this wonderful village.
Yes, I think Wendy's going to try and capture it with
Turn around, look at it, there you go.
It is incredible.
I want to give a lot of credit to my friend Edie McKinney, who was with me, one of the instigators of it. But most of that display is her talent. The foam, the styrofoam painting and cutting, the little people are almost all hers. She's just done a wonderful job, and she can't be here today, she's not here for it.
Look at wonderful buildings with the detail and even the people and street lamps and all kinds of things. And look, there's a bear.
That's my bear.
That's
That's my bear. They're all individually made so far.
So every little piece. Look at
So will you store this and then
This is our first year. They're calling it the first annual. We're like, first annual? So pretty soon they're going to just take their own houses home. I have 3. Edie has about 3 or 4. So we'll just pack them off the photo wrap and put them away, and who knows what we'll do next year.
well, it may continue to grow, it's really a
We'll make adjustments. It was a learning process. We learned from each other. We had fun. It was
That's the cobbler.
if you look inside, there are little shoes on the shelves.
in his shop.
That is so cool.
So can folks just come and see?
Just come and walk around.
You were saying that you were inspired by the gingerbread house competition. I just want people to understand that they're looking at ceramics, right?
So handmade ceramics. Well, I take it back, not everything's handmade. Over in this corner, the Eddie's pottery, and then the purpley tall.
Oh, okay. You're on it right now.
Those are in memory of 2.
There's Eddie's.
There's Eddie's, yes.
And there's Eddie
They're working, I see 'em.
with the dog.
Yes. So it's dedicated to him. And then the purple one
There you
was
go.
Eileen was also a member here.
Eileen Childers?
And she passed from pancreatic cancer. The day after Ella passed. And she's very animal-minded and everything, so that's trying to keep it what they like.
Now, did I just see a town hall there? I see
Yeah,
it.
town hall, we have a bank, we have a couple of bakeries, marketplace,
I'm looking at the balcony there. Look at that.
the bank, I have a yellow and green bank over on the far right in the front, you can see it. The tree that's turning around, and the whole thing that it's on is Edie, that Edie McKinney, again, she just bloomed. She never knew she could do clay, she started last October.
Talk about hidden talent.
Yeah, wow.
Is that church?
Yeah, look at that. So this is just this year's work, so if it grows and grows and grows, it may take up the whole thing.
you might have to move out.
This might need to be on the tour next year.
There you go.
We don't know, we kicked around the idea of doing historical buildings in town, we don't know if we'll actually.
Whoa, sorry, folks.
I started a project right now working on the First Presbyterian Church commission piece for something. And just doing the drawings and everything, so see how that turns out.
Wow, this is wonderful. How long will this be in place?
I think James 2nd week, so that's how long, without and down that day or a day or something.
Now, just roughly, how long will it take? You said you're working on a commissioned piece of First Presbyterian Church. About how long will it take you start to finish and all the drawings and
And
things?
on the drawings, and then waiting for, they fire when they have enough pieces of film to fill the kiln. So I have to wait for when they do firing, and then glazing it and firing again. You have to let it dry before you can fire it the first time.
Right.
So I'm aiming for the end of January, for sure. Because February, I'm having knee replacement surgery, so I'm done for.
Gotta be done with it. You need to be finished by then.
Yeah.
But it is, pottery itself, I've had a lot of, well, I have a background in the arts from years ago. But when you work with pottery, it is amazing how lengthy the process is, as you said. You know, you put it together, then it has to dry, and then you glaze it and fire it and reglaze it.
It doesn't dry overnight. It takes like a week or two to dry.
So that is absolutely outstanding.
I think it's even grown since the first time it was posted, right? Because I thought Wendy had posted something on the New Bern Now page.
The cobbler house wasn't ready yet, and the pink one behind there is a florist. That's another one of mine. That wasn't ready yet, so we added a couple more.
So if you think you saw it in the photos that were on social media, you really need to stop by New Bern Arts and Wellness Center. Yeah.
It's like everything, to see it, up close and personal.
Just take a walk and look and look.
It reminds me of putting out a Christmas village and, at Christmas time, and I just love it. Yeah. It takes a lot of time and patience to set up those Christmas villages.
We knew we wanted to put lights in the buildings and have it kind of cutesy. We had no clue it was going to be like this. No clue. And Edie I was in Charlotte when they put this actually up, so I missed out on making the display that Edie and Bob Forbes and I'm not sure who else was working on it at that time, but they did a good job.
It sort of reminds me of a European, Christmas.
That's
Swiss Bern. It's called Swiss Bern. So it's not based on actual Bern, but we're trying to do something like that, make it like a
You're accomplished it, for sure.
Yeah, that is just wonderful.
So, you frequently use New Bern Arts and Wellness Center. How did you
I hear almost every day.
How did you hear about it? What would you tell others about it?
My friend that I was living with at the time when I first moved here from Charlotte a couple years ago, she was involved with it, so she introduced me to it. We used to teach together in Charlotte in high school. And I have an art background. I started as an art major, switched to English, became an English teacher, but ended up teaching computer classes. So I incorporated my English and my art into my computer classes. I had to do drawings on the computer and I corrected their English and grammar and their word processing, things like that. But I got hooked on it when I got here. And I'm like, okay, I like playing with clay. And I found out I'm better at hand building, I think, than I am at the wheel. So I'll have to try the wheel some more once my knee gets back to normal. Because it's hard to get up from that low stool.
Right.
Just like
Working
your
with clay is quite, and I'm going to use the word therapeutic, not that, but I mean, there's just something about working with clay that's very, very enjoyable.
It is. We talk about it all the time when we're working. We say, God, this is so nice and it's just relaxing. And it can get frustrating sometimes too. But then we talk about it. We help each other. The more advanced people help the beginner people with how to do things and techniques and suggestions. It's a really great place. I really like it.
Well, thanks so much for coming over and
Yeah.
spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you for working
for
on
that.
that.
Yes.
Please come and see the village. It's a treat.
Beautiful. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thanks a lot. It's just talented guest after talented guest
So many
here.
people here.
Hi.
Hello. Well, I'm Sefton Wiggs. I'm one of the yoga teachers here at New Bern Arts and Wellness. And I suppose Kate has already told you about the open house that's coming up on January 4th.
Actually, I don't think she did,
she
so
did?
tell
Okay,
us.
well, coming up on January 4th, which is the first Saturday in the year,
Thanks,
we will
Kate.
have Winter Wellness Open House right here.
Yay.
Take one of these with you. I have ordinarily have a class at 8:30 on Saturday mornings, 8:30 to 9:30, and that will be the first class of the open house. And ordinarily there's a cost for it, but this time it'll be free, and all the other classes are going to be half-hour classes, so you can get a sample of what we do with all the various yoga teachers. Becky Harmon, Heather Noto will be doing her slow yoga. I'm sure Heather will be doing yin yoga as well, which is a discipline. I also want to tell you about coming up later. We're going to have some workshops going to do with various teachers, and that's on our website. And I will be doing in February a 3-week workshop on Saturdays from 10 to 11:30 called Men Who Can't Bend Yet. And actually men can bend, they just think they can't. And we're going to have those 3 weeks, and I hope to get more men interested in yoga, and for them to understand that it's not for young people that just can stand on their head or something like that. I can't stand on my head, but I only do it with I have a supervisor with me. And so I hope they will find out that they can really, what this practice means, what yoga means, is a little spiritual, but mainly that they find out they can bend, they can do things that they don't think they can. I started taking yoga about 6.5 years ago, and the first teacher I had, he doesn't live here anymore, but when the first day I was there, at the end of the practice, I gave her some money, and I said, well, I'd like to do the 5-week package, and she looked at me kind of funny, like, are you sure? And after I got to know her better, I said, after that first class, you didn't think you'd ever see me again, did you? She said, no, I really didn't. So
Was it that painful? Or?
It wasn't that painful, I was just that stiff. Yeah, it was just,
But it made you want to come back.
it made me want to come back. Yes, it really did, and I've been doing it for, like I said, 6.5 years now, and I've been a teacher for about 1.5 years.
Oh, that's outstanding.
So easy to say you got hooked.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. Yeah, it is.
quickly.
It is.
And you've got a way for folks to start the new year.
Yes, we do.
Just right off with
the open house,
with an open house.
and then some of the workshops that are coming out. Other teachers are doing some as well, and you can find out about them.
And all that's going to be on newberncenter.com.
Yes,
They can visit on the
Right.
website. Okay. And find out about those free classes and workshops.
And there's information on Facebook and that kind of thing as well.
So now, how often are you hosting classes here?
I do a Saturday morning class at 8:30, and I do a Monday morning class at 8:30, and I do a Tuesday class at 5:30 in the afternoon. And the Tuesday class is, it's kind of caught on, and more people are coming to that. People get off work and they can come for an hour to
Was it once a
stretch.
week?
Those are once a week. Yeah, those are every week. And that's what I'm doing right now. We might change, but for the moment, that's what we're doing. That looks like that's going to be the schedule coming up in January. To be January. They usually do a schedule January through March.
All right. So an opportunity to sign up and come take a class. You can
Right.
try it for free, even if you don't think you can
Right,
bend.
you can try
He's
it.
going to show you
And
how.
also on that day of the open house, there'll be some prizes and stuff. There'll also be specials on packages. What's usually five classes for $40 is introductory. There's a bargain on that. I don't know what it is.
Oh, a special
But
rate.
yeah, special rates
Okay.
on that day. Kate can tell you more about that.
All right.
Outstanding.
Thanks so
Thanks for
much.
joining us.
All kinds of stuff going on during the winter wellness period of the year, which winter starts this weekend.
Yes,
It does. Starts
Thank you so much.
Saturday.
Saturday's the winter
Saturday's the first-
solstice.
Saturday's
Yes.
the
Wendy,
first
what's
day of
your?
winter.
Oh,
We got somebody.
It's Rachel.
they just keep coming. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. How are you?
Good. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do at the Arts and Wellness Center.
I'm Rachel Deere. I'm with Tilde Floral Designs.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
So you offer classes here?
I offer classes. I just did a champagne and centerpiece class last weekend.
Is
So
that the
was
time
fun.
where like you pour it at the top? And
No, we didn't have champagne fountains. No, but we did sip champagne and we made gorgeous Christmas centerpieces.
So this is on the arm of the wine and painting, only this is.
But we work with florals and we sip champagne.
Well,
So
you're an artist.
So you use the empty bottle in your
no, we did taper. Candle taper centerpieces, and we just drank the champagne. I drink water until the end, so I could clearly focus on teaching. But yeah,
is your
So it's fun.
background in floral design?
Actually, my background is in interior design, and then I became a wedding coordinator, and then from wedding coordination, I added florals in about 18 years ago.
So can folks come and see some of the things that you've done here?
They can. I have a studio space right down the way from the yoga studio, and we have live florals every week. People can come in and purchase live florals or vase arrangements or wrapped bouquets, and they can order custom arrangements or get wedding arrangements because engagement season is upon us.
Yes, it is.
87% of all engagements happen between Thanksgiving
Wow.
and Valentine's Day.
Huh.
Little known fact, but yep. So that a lot of that is happening.
Where do you get a lot of the flowers from? I mean, before you had the class, do you tell people this is probably going to be a Christmas carnation arrangement or
Actually, on the flyer that Kate so lovingly made for us, I did up a sample arrangement and then I took a picture of it and she put it into the flyer so everybody would know. exactly what they were making.
So this is what we're going to make in this class.
Yep, and then what I do is I lay out all the materials for everybody, and all the flowers that they use are in a vase on the table with their shears and the ribbon and the candles. So everybody has everything laid out. They know exactly what they're looking at. They know exactly what they're going to be using. And then I have one made up ahead of time, and I put it up on the table and I let everybody know this is what we're making. And then I put it below the table very quickly so everybody doesn't think they have to have it look exactly like that. Because it's never going to end up looking, mine don't even look the same twice.
Right.
You know, it doesn't, my mom was an art teacher for 14 years. So I grew up in a very artsy house.
So do you essentially guide them through the process?
Yes. I let them cut everything. The only thing that I do is I take off all of the kind of bruised petals on the flowers. I take off all of the bottom, stems and things like that, and I cross-cut everything so that it's conditioned and in the vase ahead of time. Any of the ribbons I'll do up. So in this case we used 3. I left 1 for them so that they would learn how to do it, so that then they wanted to duplicate it at home, they would know how to do it when they went to go duplicate it at home. And then I walked everybody through how to do everything that they do at home.
I think there's nothing like fresh flowers in the house. I just, it just does something for your spirit. Plus, it smells good. And,
Well, I never knew it, but I told my mom when I was young, I said, oh no, I've made it when I have flowers, live flowers every week, and I never knew that I was going to be a floral designer, so I would have live flowers around every single week, but here I am, so I guess I've made it in some odd conglomeration of making it. So.
right.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Wow. Well, who knew that was here at the Arts and Wellness Center?
And one mom came with her 2 daughters, and she said, what are you going to do next? And I said, well, I don't know, I'll take suggestions. And I was showing her my floral jewelry, because I do a lot of jewelry, but I do it with live flowers.
Cool.
And, so kind of a modern take on that old prom standard where you have that pinchy bracelet that you took off 5 minutes after you took the pictures because it hurt and you didn't want to wear it anymore. So I actually do it on gold or silver bracelets that are adjustable, and they adjust, and I use live flowers on them. And she said, could you teach that class close to prom so the girls can make their own prom jewelry?
That's cool.
So I'm thinking about doing that in April.
That is very
And they could take that and have
So
fun
they
with
actually
that.
bracelet it when the flowers are on. They have this.
Well, I do a lot of succulents for mothers of the bride when weddings come around, and then they can clip them off of the bracelet, and they can pot the succulents after the wedding to have a keepsake.
Wow.
So
You
I
make thought
usually,
of everything.
I put a little note in there so the moms know that they can have a keepsake and pot the succulents afterward, which is really neat.
It is. Very good.
It's kind of cool.
You have found out every
I
single
know.
along the way. That's great.
I worked at a florist part-time when I was in college, and so, as flowers were kind of on the way out, the manager would say, here, take some home to your
You want to take some home? Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
feeling of, I've made it because I have flowers in the house, that was...
We donate a lot of ours that are, to the home place or
Yeah.
or whatever. If we have a bride and groom that goes out of town right after the wedding, I'll ask them, do you want us to pick them up, and we'll repurpose them and bring them, to an elderly community or the cancer ward over at the hospital and whatnot. So
Nothing like flowers.
that way they get reused and bring joy to people, because a lot of the older folks communities, they get funeral flowers.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. Wedding flowers are so much better to get.
So, Rachel, how can somebody get up with you if they're interested in taking your class?
They can contact Kate at the Wellness Center, or they can call me, 252-259-4992, or www.tildy designs.com.
Are you the business hours that the center is open?
I am here through those hours, Tuesday through Friday. Actually, I'm here a couple hours after, so 10 to 4 are my hours, and then by appointment. people can call me
And
then.
people just walk in if they want to.
They can just pop in.
And you'll put it together.
Yep, absolutely.
Fabulous.
And everything on our website is mine. I don't put up anything that's not our custom-made arrangements. So.
But if people have a particular flower in mind or whatever.
If they want something that, like if they say, I love peonies, then if they can give me a couple of days notice so that I can call my wholesaler and say, I need these by Thursday.
Right.
Usually if I just have a couple of days, then I can get it in for someone.
Terrific.
So they need to give you a call.
Absolutely.
Wow. Rachel, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
giving us an education on floral design.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wellness
Thank you,
Center.
ladies. I appreciate it.
And best of luck to you.
You're welcome. Have a Merry Christmas.
Fantastic.
Who knew? Okay, this is really a interesting thing. I think most people have been aware of the art part, the ceramics and all, but all the other art.
Did you enjoy Grace?
So amazing.
Obvious that there is something for everyone here. And they keep coming.
Here we are. Hi. Did you guys want to welcome us?
Yes.
Great.
Introduce yourself.
Hi.
What is your name?
I'm Melanie.
Hi,
And
Melanie.
I am a meditation teacher and a wellness coach here at the center. And today I'm going to tell you about we're starting a fitness wellness challenge in January. And it's the Get Centered New Year's 9-week challenge. And this is my absolute favorite thing to do ever in all of this wellness stuff. Because we form a little family for 9 weeks and we support each other. And we commit to cleaning up our diet and taking 3 yoga or meditation classes per week. And that's included in the sign-up cost, so it's like a super good deal per class. And it's limited to 40 spaces, that way it can be more personal. It's not about weight loss, it's about wellness. And a lot of my clients will come in with chronic fatigue or depression or anxiety, or they're just feeling really run down and they can't figure out why they can't get going.
That's me.
They had all this energy before, and now it's
You
like
get
all the
going a
energy's
lot,
just running
Wendy.
out. Yeah, so we approach wellness from just eating clean. We take out processed foods for just 9 weeks, and it goes by so fast. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, we're almost done. And you would never believe what can happen to you just by trying it. So we're just collecting data. You're doing an experiment on yourself. You're saying, all right, I'm going to do this for 9 weeks. I'm going to eat clean, and I'm going to see what happens. And then you get in a yoga class, and you're stretching, and you're working your body. You're not even focused on losing weight, and then all of a sudden you realize your muscles are longer, your posture is better, your pants fit better. So it's like the weight loss and the self-confidence in your body is just kind of a side effect.
A nice side.
Yeah,
Yes.
we approach it that way. Because I love boot camps, I love to work out, but when someone is yelling at me, it can be motivating for certain times in your life. But sometimes you're like, you know what, I'm just tired and I don't feel very good and I need to start this in a gentle way. And when your muscles aren't super sore, you come back and you take another class and you're like, yeah, I can actually do this. This isn't really that
And
hard.
when you start to feel better, that gives you the incentive to keep going.
Yeah, and that's where the vegetables come in. Like, they really do that for you. They are like these little magical things that we just don't give enough credit.
So 40 spots. How do we sign up? How much is it?
So it's $350, and you get a 30-class pack plus 9 weeks of personal wellness coaching. So that's like a ridiculous good deal. It's almost as if the coaching and the support and the weekly meetings are just kind of free.
Right.
So it's 3 times a week.
3 times a week, and you
For
can
9
use the whole schedule. So we have daytime classes, evening classes, weekday, weekend. We try to have something for everyone's schedule.
So you don't have to come at a certain time. That's
Make it
fantastic.
suit
You have
what
that
you
much
need.
flexibility? Or that, wow, that is
Melody's excited. We are too.
And we're going to use the kitchen space during our weekly meetings. That's where we really get to support each other. Come here, tell me what you're really struggling with. Like, just throw off what people are going to think of you. Who cares? Like, if you're so tired, you feel like you could just fall down on the kitchen floor in the middle of the day and take a nap. Come, clean up your diet. We're right here. We're going to share recipes every week. Like, what was your favorite healthy thing that you can't believe you ate this week that was actually pretty good? And we're going to make juice for you. We're going to have tea. We're going to talk. You can do journal stuff. So we're going to approach your wellness from every angle I can think of. Just to
then
get
how long do
people
the classes last? And, I mean, is it yoga 3 times a week plus additional classes, or it's all a combination?
You pick which ones you want to do. So if you want to make this a 9-week meditation challenge, you can come to 3 meditation classes a week. If you want to do Becky's, like, powerhouse booty classes and booty classes, then you can do that. So there's a lot of different ways to approach this, and whatever works for you personally. So everyone's in a different place.
And you're an instructor.
I'm the wellness coach. So they will get to meet all the instructors here at the center. They'll get to take everyone's different classes. So, like Heather's yin yoga class is really gentle. It's mostly floor work and slow stretching. So that's a great place for people to start. If men want to do the challenge and they want to do a class with Seth because he's another dude, and they can feel more comfortable that way. So I like to think that we do have something for everyone, no matter where they're starting or what their fitness level is. We can get them in there, and they can have a great time, and they can make some friends, and they can get healthier. And for once, we can actually see what happens if we just eat clean and be amazed.
It's outstanding.
Melanie, you're wonderful. So it's called Get Centered. Again, it's a 9-week wellness challenge, and it is from January 8th to March 11th. So they can go to the info or newberncenter.com for more information, and it says on the flyer that you can register online. So
And you can
perfect.
also go to our Facebook page and find the Facebook event, and then follow through the link there if you want.
To register. Okay. Wow, well, best of luck, and you'll have to come back on and tell us how you did. Have to have a follow-up or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Woohoo. There we go. Better.
See how many how much weight and inches everybody lost.
There we
Talk with her
go.
in March.
Yeah, the next part would be the best.
All right. This has been an eventful show.
Yeah, it's been a great show.
So,
So,
is that it for us? Do you want us to wrap up, or?
Yeah, we can wrap up. Does anyone have did anyone make any comments as far as announcements? Announcements on the social media? On your social media?
Diane Harper says, hi, all, love and miss you guys.
Thank you for watching.
Rosanna is watching. Angie is watching. So great to see everyone, and happy holidays to everybody too.
Patricia's watching. Yeah, we really appreciate everyone for tuning in. And where are we at?
We are talking about where we air each week, some of our closing announcements. Is that what you're ready for, Wendy?
Ready for that?
Okay, well, here goes nothing. This podcast, which is fantastic and awesome in every way, also airs on New Bern's news talk radio station, WNOS 103.9 FM. So make sure you listen to it. It airs every Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning and also at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Join us on Thursday, January 2nd, January already,
Yeah, I don't know, I didn't know if you guys were in town, but we also have
I'm here.
alternate members of the Podsquad, so if you're in town, January 2nd, and kick off the new year.
From 1 to 2, and we're scouting out a couple of different businesses, so join us and be surprised and see where in the world we are for the first episode of 2020.
And let us know if you want to host our show. Join us as a guest, or if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, just call 252-259-6853. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I took my glasses off. Or sending us an email at info@newbernnow.com.
All right.
And
Well,
that's
that's a wrap. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Happy holidays. Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
Merry
Happy New Year.
Okay, let me, wait, let's stop. Do I want to stop?